I want to just start with you and CJ because this is an era where guys are dictating where they want to go and empowerment and change, and yet you two men have committed to this city, to the community, and to the organization. I'm curious, just from your perspective, I know you can't speak for CJ, but why?
I think part of it is because of our relationship as friends, our partnership on the floor. We're able to coexist because we care about each other. I want the best for him and he wants the best for me. So that going along with playing for a great organization, finding a home in Portland, I think that makes it pretty simple. I think a lot of times when people change, they're looking for something better or a change of scenery. Something isn't working for them. And obviously we both signed up to make a lot of money, to have that commitment from the team over that amount of time. So, I mean, we don't really have a reason to look for another situation to be a part of, you know, especially when we're comfortable here as having a home, playing for the kind of organization we play for. We play for the same coach. We win games. And, you know, it would be, I don't know how smart it would be for us to be looking for an out, you know.
You have two young men who will have a lot more on their shoulders than they have in the past. So I just want you to give the fans a sense of what your expectations are first for Zach.
I'm expecting a really good year from him. I think the history of people since I've been here in their third year, that's kind of when they break through. And that's with CJ, that's with Alan Crabb, Will Barton, Pat Connaughton, Jake Layman, and, you know, now him. So, I mean, I think the third year is that magic year where they kind of get that understanding, get enough experience to where you feel confident and break through. So I'm expecting that from him.
What's his best attribute, Zach? What things will he do that will open people's eyes?
I think his how competitive he is. And I think that's something that you got to have all the time, because it's going to be nights where you like missing shots. It's going to be nights where somebody might get the best of you. It's going to be nights where you don't feel up to it. And a true competitor, you always going to find a way to get yourself in the game and get your job done. And I know that because there's nights where I feel that way. And then about halfway through the first quarter, I'm like, I'm not going out like this. You know, that's the competitor in me, even though my body might be not there all the way. I'm worn out physically and mentally, but that competitive nature is what, you know, can carry you through. And I think he has that. So I think that's probably the strongest thing about him.
For me, like, tonight is exciting, right? Like, we're tipping off. And you're years into your career, you're all NBA, but just what is the feeling for you guys on an opening night?
It's a great feeling. I mean, we have our experiences from the previous season, whether that be positive or negative. So you're either coming off of a good season where you feel like you can do better, so you're excited about that opportunity, or you're coming off a bad season where you're like, I need to redeem myself. And I think going into last season, we were on one side, and this year we're on the other. So, I mean, it's going to be excitement for everybody for those reasons. I mean, even if you think about it individually, it's the same thing. You're coming off a great season or a season where you struggled, and it's a new opportunity. We get to play the game that we love for something again, and, you know, I think that goes for everybody.
Anfernee is 20 years old, and I think he averaged 7 minutes. I think his total minutes he'd probably surpass in the first few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you help him, and what stands out about him?
I think the way that I help him is just by continuing to pump confidence into him, by, you know, letting him know that being yourself is good enough. You score the ball, you're a great athlete, you shoot the ball well, do those things. Like, that's what you're going to be able to do to help our team. We don't need you to go out there and worry about coach said this, or I don't want nobody to be mad at me. Just play, you know, because when you're yourself, that's how you can help our team. So I'm always in his ear about that. Don't worry about nothing. Just do you. And also kind of giving him the steps that I was given to learn how to control what's happening on the floor. And I think eventually he'll be a point guard. And it's a lot of things that, you know, might be uncomfortable for him at his age with, you know, guys older than him and him not having a lot of experience that he's going to have to get comfortable with. And I've just been trying to kind of just keep pushing him a little bit more and more. And I can tell he's getting more and more comfortable because it's coming from me. And, you know, he feels assertive because it's coming from me. So I think that way I can really impact him as far as what he can do for our team. But him as a player, I mean, The talent is through the roof. I mean, no ceiling. Like I said, super athlete, our most athletic player. Quick, can go either direction, can shoot off the dribble, catch and shoot. Confident, young. I mean, it's everything that you would want, you know, for an organization to have that type of guard.
And then the final one for me is, and I feel like Dave and I have had this discussion on the air, how much we've liked your leadership and who you are from a character perspective.
Yeah.
When that percentage of GMs calls you the best leader in the league, what's the feeling of that?
I mean, it's an honor. You to hear from your GM or your coach and people that's around you, that's one thing, because they see it every day. But for outsiders to kind of recognize it from afar and to acknowledge it as the best, you know, that's a true honor, especially amongst so many other great leaders. You know, I'm on the floor with these guys, so I know who's saying what to their team, and when their team is down 15 and when they're not playing well, I can hear what's actually happening. I can see body language and interactions and stuff. So I know there's a lot of great leaders in the league. So for them to recognize me as the best is, you know, it's a huge honor, especially because we don't lead to get credit as, you know, I'm leading this team. We lead to get the most out of our team and to make sure that we're doing our job for our team to be our best. So it's an honor.
Just one quick one. I know this year's this year and last year's last year, but the series with Denver was arguably the best series of the postseason. Mm-hmm. What's the lasting memory for you from that playoff series with them last year?
The lasting memory from that series is just Game 7 on the road. And I remember showing up to the arena and I was like thinking to myself, like, whatever happens out here, like, we just need to win the game. Like, and it was funny because I didn't shoot well. So I get out there and I'm like, in my mind, I'm gonna come out here and get hot. I'm gonna have a big game. And then it starts like not going that way. And it's funny because I literally had to talk with myself in the game, like, don't be discouraged about it. Don't worry about it. Just do whatever you gotta do to win the game. And the thing that stands out to me the most is walking off the floor. And it was like, man, I didn't play great. There was a few moments where I like had to make a play or make a open shot or give the ball up or give myself up, you know, where it was like all of these things can impact us winning or losing this game. And when we won it, I was just like, wow, you know, if we was gonna win the Game 7 on the road, everybody would expect me to have some crazy game. And the fact that it didn't, you know, it took me sacrificing and, you know, doing other things to get it done. You know, I'll never forget that experience.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.